Christmas memory.
People often say that there's only one genre of film being released theatrically these days, the high-stakes, big-budget action blockbusters. People miss the old days where there was more variety, like in 2012 or whatever. They say comedy movies aren't really a thing anymore unless you count the landfill that's dumped on Netflix. But wise men like myself remember that the vast majority of these comedies that we so romantically long for were like this. Some movies are so pathetic and so sleazy that it makes me question why even review this, why give attention to this. There's such a lack of substance that there's almost no substance in critiquing it. Don't worry though, because all I'll say on that front is I did not support this film financially in any way, shape or form. I knew what this film was going to be and I was right. Let's just say I used the forbidden dark magic to conjure this film and watch it.
You can finish alone, right? Bet you do it all the time. Thanks.
So No Hard Feelings is the film in question today, and the reason why this stood out to me, I guess, is because it's this A-list star, it's Jennifer Lawrence, and she's appearing in such a simplistic, raunchy comedy. It's quite like an anomaly. It's a phenomenon I don't really think occurs anymore. Most of today's A-list celebrities are reserved for the Oscar bait movies or the huge superhero movies. Now, regardless of whether you saw this film or not, it's a new film, 2023 movie, 2023 release, hot off the presses. You have seen this film before, matter of fact, because there are millions of films just like this, and we've all had this experience numerous times before. We've all witnessed this. So even though technically you may not have watched this, in many ways you already have. They crop up on Netflix or Amazon all the time with these unceremonious releases that just splodged on there like, here you go. It's a category of film that should definitely stay dead. But jumping right into this bitch, the amazing premise of No Hard Feelings I'm about to unveil to you. Jennifer Lawrence plays a dysfunctional woman in her 30s who's down on her luck. Oh dear. Then these rich parents hire her to sleep with their socially awkward son, and in return she gets a Buick.
In exchange, we'll give you a Buick Regal, clean, rust-free 40k miles. Serious inquiries only.
The twist is, however, that this kid is so socially awkward that it'll prove to be a real challenge to seduce him, and all sorts of wacky hijinks will ensue. So what do you think of that synopsis? Yeah, me too, it's brilliant. All the best movies have the best premises. Jaded private detective in 1930s LA hired by a beautiful woman to investigate her husband's extramarital affairs. A giant public inquiry is jump-started with the passing of America's biggest news tycoon to uncover the meaning of his last words. Irresponsible middle-aged woman has to sleep with a 19-year-old incel so she can have a Buick. As is expected, this film is fulfilling its purpose of being a brand, so we have all of the usual familiar hallmarks of the raunchy rom-com structure, including but not limited to scenes of wacky hijinks where it all goes wrong. It's supposed to be really funny because everything goes sexual.
Oh, what the fuck? Ow!
Jokes that are supposed to be funny because they're just so random and edgy, like haha, horse penis, yay!
This kid is unfuckable.
At some point maybe an angry animal gets involved, like those times where Ben Stiller has to fight off like a fucking evil raccoon or some shit. There'll of course be cynical uses of popular songs that are only there to pander to the basic bitch audience. It's not like when you hear a song in a Tarantino movie and you know it's there because Tarantino has a deep passion for the song and he envisioned a really cool scene to go along with it. It's just insert crass popular song here.
We're home.
There'll be this happy-go-lucky montage of these two unlikely people finally getting along as this odd couple. And perhaps my favourite, there'll be an unearned and insincere emotional beat that it'll try and implement about halfway through the movie.
I still love you.
And that title, by the way, in case you hadn't noticed, I only just realised, it's a double entendre. And I think that's really clever, because it's like no hard feelings the phrase, but no hard feelings because the kid in the film isn't getting hard because he's so socially awkward. It's like there's no hard feelings here, and it's like, there's double meaning there. It's amazing. Also starring is Matthew Broderick from War Games fame. He's playing the incel kid's dad. War Games is a film I only just watched for the first time very recently. It was a really good film, that. It had that classic cheesy 80s feel with all these likeable characters, and a really good plot actually as well. It was a fairly ahead of its time depiction of the whole AI thing. It was a pretty good movie, so I'd recommend that maybe.
Which side do you want?
I'll be the Russians.
I've started reviewing War Games because it's just a much better movie. But anyway, back to this pile of shit.
But I dated this girl right before I went to college, and she really opened me up sexually.
Okay.
So yeah, of course, Matthew Broderick, he wants to get his stupid kid laid.
He's always on his phone. He doesn't come out of his room. He doesn't have any friends. He doesn't talk to girls. He doesn't drink, doesn't go to parties, doesn't drive.
Why are you looking at me? Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the things Matthew Broderick is saying about his kid in this scene can be applied to me, so that's a bit embarrassing.
He doesn't come out of his room.
They want to get this little boy laid before college, so that's our ticking clock right there. There's going to be a lot of tension from this point forward.
Date him.
Date him hard.
But speaking honestly for a minute, just slowing down, like, if I'm being frank, I really don't think they should be making a spectacle out of this. This isn't funny. Inceldom isn't a laughing matter, so kind of tasteless if you ask me. They just shouldn't be able to depict this kind of thing, or make jokes about it at least. Because some things just need to be off limits, you know?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I wanna, yeah, just a little itchy.
Here's one belly-aching gag for you. Jennifer Lawrence trying to get up a set of stairs with roller skates on, even though she's already arrived at her destination and has no reason to keep these roller skates on. Just take the roller skates off, you fucking idiot. Gods, what a stupid joke. The humour of this film is mostly comprised of mediocre jokes. Not cringy jokes, mind you, just mediocre jokes.
We've seen his internet history.
Yeah, the porn is graphic, but not gay.
A little gay. Large groups of people.
Jokes that a few normies may laugh at, but aside from that, leave no lasting impression on you. Now that I'm in the review chair and I'm looking back at this film, I'm struggling to recollect any notable jokes.
I'm Allison, and this is my husband, Laird.
Layered? Like lasagna?
Lasagna? No, Laird.
Nothing. There's not even any obnoxious cringy jokes where at least I'd actually be feeling something. It's just all flatline.
Laird. Am I
Laird.
saying that right?
Yeah, one syllable, Laird.
Okay.
She takes the little kid to a beach to fuck him and he doesn't want to get in.
Got the whole place to ourselves?
Lots of red flags.
Hang on a minute, did you catch that? Because he literally sees a lot of red flags like on the beach, but also he sees a lot of red flags in her. He sees both literal and figurative red flags here. It's another double entendre.
What are you doing?
Fuck her in the butt! Nice dialogue there, not to mention the delivery. How could you not laugh at that?
Fuck her in the butt!
Marvellous acting from these extras here.
Suck my balls!
All utterly contrived. So Jennifer Lawrence enters into this young boy's life and he needs to come out of his shell and stop being such a fucking loser. He loves playing piano, but he's too afraid to play in front of other people, and it's so sad and unfortunate, but maybe later in the film he'll finally pluck up the courage to play and it'll be this really triumphant and motivational moment.
I've seen her here before.
What the fuck did I just say?
The woman is wild as she can.
And she's so moved by his performance. He plays a rendition of She's a Man-Eater, and it's all about her, and it wonderfully accentuates all of those themes about all of her character flaws, because it's also kind of a deep dive into her psyche as well, this film.
You better be careful with this one. She is slippery.
It's not just about the kid needing to grow up, but it's also about all of her emotional baggage as well, and you have these two character arcs happening simultaneously. Has a film ever done that before? She's got commitment issues and all that jazz. She's terrified of relationships, you get me.
You get me.
Maybe she'll learn a little life lesson of her own.
And I don't have a rich dad that can help me.
Actually, Maddie, you do. And you're gonna waste your entire life in that house waiting for him to come back and apologize.
Here's what's going to happen. The two are gradually going to build up a trust during the second act. Then just before the third act begins, something's going to happen that causes them to fall out. Someone's going to say, oh, I trusted you, or I thought you were different, yada yada yada. He's probably going to find out that his parents hired her and she's going to be all like, no, but I actually did start to like you then.
You lied to me just so you could get a fucking car. You don't give a shit about me.
Yes, I do.
And then watch this film pretend to have this authentic emotional core after being a crass raunch fest for an hour and 20 minutes.
And my mom got sick, so
Here we go.
I stayed to take care of her.
You see, now it starts implementing the stock sad music for you. You know, now it's time to be serious. Now it is indeed sad.
It was awful. Probably why I spent so much time alone.
I think we should wait.
If that's what you want.
Comes out of nowhere. It's kind of like the end of Barbie. They have a little bit of a fight here, and then I think he storms off and she follows. They don't pay for the meal. Like, okay.
I'm just trying to be realistic.
Yeah.
You're drinking now?
Who fucking cares? It's when it starts pretending like it has emotional weight when it gets boring. At least before it was this shitty, fast-paced comedy, but now we have to sit and wait for all of these vacuous scenes to unfold. Just go back to the scenes of Jennifer Lawrence acting like a whore. At least it's not boring.
I didn't mean to pry.
No, pry. Pry me open.
And on that note as well, I can't imagine this film's premise being very empowering towards the women of today. This whole setup of a woman whoring herself out for a car. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's about Jennifer Lawrence taking ownership of her body and her sexuality, maybe it is empowering after all. If there are any women watching, I mean the ones that are still here after what I had to say about Barbie, please let me know in the comments how this comes across to you.
Why is us having sex with each other an insult? Say what you just said. Say that again.
No, I didn't mean it in a homophobic way.
How'd you mean it then?
She's now going to get cancelled Karen style, is she?
Well, why don't you two big cats fuck each other then?
Whoa! Hold Is that an insult?
I didn't see that coming. That's the one thing I didn't predict, so bravo.
Stop filming me. No comment.
That's what modern kids do at parties. They just follow people around with their phones in herds.
So if I can convince him to go to Princeton, I get the car? I don't have to have sex with him anymore?
Now, if this was an A24 movie, this would be the part where he kills his parents.
Okay, we need to move fast. We're in the middle of dinner.
What are you having?
Roasted chicken and salad.
I fucking love salad.
You see that right there? That's a joke, apparently.
Fuck.
The way this film uses swear words, fuck in particular, is so childish and phony. It's always used to try and force humour or edginess into a scene.
Which is the most fucked up?
And I don't believe Jennifer Lawrence anytime she says it either.
This kid is unfuckable.
Every single fuck in a movie has to be meaningful and well executed. It has to accentuate something, not just compensate for a lack of funniness.
Fuck.
And I know I swear a lot, like, oh, fucking this and fucking that. It's just the way I talk. It's not supposed to be funny, but this is very much trying to be funny. It's insert the F word here to make it magically appear funnier.
It's cold as fuck out.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, man! That guy over there fell the fuck over! It's also Americans are shit at swearing. You're like, you fucking don't know what you're talking about, you fucking cunts. And what a strange project this is for Jennifer Lawrence to work on. A bit overqualified, you not think? And that's coming from someone who doesn't even like her that much as a performer. Like, she's a good, competent actress, but she's never gripped me. And bear in mind, she has a nude scene in this, and they don't use a body double, it's all her. And I'm just thinking, for this, you did that. You got naked for this movie. You put all that on the line for no hard feelings, like, okay. Because when an actor gets nude for a role, I always think, oh, this must be a really important project for them if they're willing to put themselves in such a vulnerable position. I mean, it's their choice at the end of the day, but it's not nothing, and for no hard feelings, that was when it was time to bust out the big guns, was it? Between this and the X-Men films, Jennifer Lawrence is really starting to come across as quite lazy and apathetic as an actress.
You know, I really believed that once. I really believed we could change them. And by the way, the women are always saving the men around here. You might want to think about changing the name to X-Women.
Like, put a bit more effort in, please. Like, sorry you're not in the Oscar bait limelight anymore, hun. Ah yes, and now we have a tear, and how much do you want to bet that that's not just an eye drop?
Are you one of those single tear people?
Oh, hang on, Acton, alert, the first funny joke of the movie has appeared.
Kyle McElroy, the kid who bullied me. Did you have him expelled?
No, I was told it was a dream of his to go to military school.
That gave me a nice little nose air laugh.
I can't see!
That's the end of the movie there. Jennifer Lawrence just fucking dies.
And there's luxury that lets you feel infinitely you.
The rest of the film unfolds in the exact way you'd expect it to, and then it finally ends at an hour and 37 minutes, but honestly, it felt like a full 2 hours. And especially that last hour, it was such a formulaic slog. We do not need these unfunny, raunchy comedies to return. Landfill, that is the best way to describe this movie. Unfortunately, there's not really anything else I can comment on, like what to say about the cinematography, nothing. What to say about the music, fuck all. It's no way near close to a proper utilisation of all of the proponents of filmmaking. It's just a waste of the medium. But aside from that, it was quite brilliant, actually. And remember to fucking subscribe. And that's the end of the review, and you can go now. It's done, finally. You know, they can't all be gems. Sometimes you have to review the shit films, so there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Brick Show. Get off the stage, you disgusting fat fuck. 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 Get off the stage, you disgusting fat fuck.